Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online, easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts, Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert, Adam Duran, answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
What is happening this week? What's going on?
Tons and tons and tons. This is part 5 of how to dominate local search in 2020.
Excellent.
Yes. So good job, fair listener. You have made it this far.
Perfect.
Yes. And this is actually going to be one that requires work. So you might not like it, Jamie.
Not a fan.
No. Yeah, not many people are. Maybe that's why it's so important. That's why it's one of the ways that actually still works in 2023.
Yeah, for sure. It is funny when you talk to young adults who are transitioning from high school into college and then college into the workforce. They're like, this sucks. I said, cool. You only have 40 years left, maybe 45. Pretty good. All right. Talk to you later.
That's now you're on your own. All right. Today we're talking about link building.
Oh, all right. Okay.
So we've spoken about link building in previous episodes. I've given some good tips and tricks and etc. about how to do that. Just briefly, though, in this episode, we'll talk about some great ways that you can start and you can continue and then you can build those local links. So first, what is a local link or a link? A link does not mean a link on your website. It means a link on another website to your website.
Okay.
So that, since Google began, has been one of the ranking factors that Google relies on for websites. And basically what it is an authority marker. So the thinking goes, if another website thinks your content or your page is good, it will add a link to it. That's the thinking. Now, of course, there are services, you can go to Fiverr and get whatever 5,000 links to your website, pay them $10, and then woohoo, you're done. Except that used to work about 15 years ago. That no longer works. That actually will hurt your website. So please, 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 when we're talking about links to your site, don't ever do that. If you do that, what it will do is you'll get a big spike in traffic and then you'll get a big cliff of no traffic. And worst case scenario, Google will take you off of Google. And then they will put that website will just be toxic. And so it will be almost unrankable. And that really can hurt your business. So don't do that.
10-4.
All right. If you have already done that, think about getting another URL. Just moving your website to another URL, because it does happen. We've definitely, this is part of one of our intake form when we get clients is, have you had another SEO agency and then have they done this link building tactic? Because once we get a site like that, we can only see if they've done that and it's been recorded. There's some tools that generally are reliable, but sometimes they're not. And if that client, if they've done this, they know it, right? So they know they went to Fiverr or had somebody do that. So anyway, it can be an impediment, a big one. And
I'm sure they admit it straight away. Well,
we try and say, this is why, you educate them, but a lot of people don't know. And so we do use tools to try and, of course, investigate over since, whatever the last 10 or 15 years of that site's history. But sometimes those tools aren't, they're not all knowing, right? So, okay, don't do that. But easy way, or actually a great way to get backlinks is press releases. So a press release is not the little kid running down the street going extra, extra. Those days of press releases are gone. These press releases are basically, it's the same article that you write or you pay somebody to write about your business or about part of your business or a new service or something like that. And it goes out, it gets syndicated across the internet on a few hundred different websites. And it includes, it could include a map, image, stuff, things about your business, your hours, your location, stuff like that. What that does, though, it puts links to your page or your business on a ton of different websites, and most of them are pretty high. They have high authority. They're news websites or radio websites or TV websites. Make sense?
Yeah, definitely. And I think I've seen those on Fiverr as well.
Yeah, you can definitely get press releases. And the thing you should know about press releases is basically those links will disappear. So they'll be taken off of that website after anywhere between 45 and 90 days. And when they're taken off, you're not going to get notified that they're taken off. But a lot of times those press releases will stay much longer than that on those websites. So that's great.
Fascinating, Adam.
Yeah. And, you can go to Fiverr, you can go to Legit, you can just type in press release, online. You can expect to pay anywhere from $60 to $300 or $400 for these. That's not a lot of money in this world. So that is one of the ways, if you don't want to work so hard anyway, you can go from one of those services and just plan on this every few months that you're going to be doing this. Okay. Another way, make sure that you have all of the, in quotes, foundational links. So foundational links are basically, it's a fancy way of saying Facebook. You need a Facebook page. That Facebook page has a link to your website on it. Boom. So Facebook, LinkedIn company page, Nextdoor if you're a local business, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. These are all considered highly authoritative domains, and having a link on them to your website is a good idea. Okay?
Yep.
All right. So also you can search for directories that are in your niche. So you can just look up general contractor, California, for example, and you'll find you can find different directories. And a directory would just be like a service directory where you can add your business to that directory. Always go for the free one. Don't ever pay, because every one of them will ask you for money. So just do the free ones. If it's something that you think might be worthwhile, like Houzz or Angie's List or something like that, considering paying for that, that's fine. But those are all considered foundational links. And you want to make sure, if you're in a very competitive industry, I can guarantee your competitors are already doing this. They've already done it. And so Google is always sifting through that category and those competitors, which ones are more authoritative than the other. That's the one they're going to put up on top of the search results. So having these backlinks to your site and your competitors don't have it, that's one massive way that you can outrank them.
Sure. All right. Yep.
All right. Next, of course, I think we've talked about these one in the past is Chamber of Commerce links. So join a local chamber, get your link on there. That's a great way. If you're part of any business networking organization, same thing. Make sure that you have a bunch of keywords in your descriptions for all of those. If you're volunteering for an event, like you're sponsoring something, you always ask for a link, always. For a lot of those local organizations that, you can help out with, whatever local turkey runs or something like that, those links, they don't mean anything to them, but they will to your business. Google does consider that important. It's another local authority building tactic. So definitely, if you're going to do that, not just get your name out, but get your link on that website. And they will always say, well, put a link to our website on yours. And that's where the conversation stops a lot of times. And you can say, sure, once you put a link to my website on yours, then we're happy to do it. No problem. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So that leads me to one of the cool things that we do, so that we recommend that our clients do. And that's if you have connections with other local businesses. We used to say make a partner page where you would just have a page on your website that would just list out all of the local businesses that you want to add. And so you could say, hey, I'll put a link on our partners page to you. Instead of that, what now we recommend is doing a post, a blog post, an article on your website. So this is how I'll say. So if I'm going to want to have a link on Jamie on your website, I would write an article about solar or about a question about solar. Put some facts and figures, make it an interesting article. You can use ChatGPT, Jamie's favorite, for writing some of that article.
I don't like to work.
But then at the end of that article, make sure to put a sponsored by my business on the end of that in the last paragraph or at the bottom of that article. So you now have created something for your friend's business, something that's valuable. People might read it and might find interest in it. And at the end of that, you have a link to your website on that page. So it's a sponsored link. It's a sponsored little paragraph about what you do. You can add 1 or 2 links, put whatever text, those keywords that you want. That'll be your link. That's it. That's a great way to get on, and that's a great way to help get your site ranked higher on Google.
Definitely makes sense. And I was going to ask about that as well, because if you are in a networking group, would it make sense to, and a lot of times you're talking out of someone's league when you're talking to the insurance, no offense, insurance people, but you're talking to the insurance people about, hey, will you write an article? I'll put it on my website. I'll write an article and you can put it on your website. A lot of times that's bridge way too far. So what do you think? What are your recommendations in that?
Yeah, if they don't have control over their website, then this is all completely Greek to them. So
okay.
If they're part of a giant franchise, then you're not going to be able to do this, obviously, because they're not going to understand. They will gladly have you write an article, or they'll gladly have you put a link to their business on your business website. But,
sure.
The opposite, not so much.
Not so much.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe 4 or 5 people in a networking group, or 4 or 5 people in the might make sense.
So this is all, you are working against your competitors. And if your competitors aren't doing anything, if they have an old website that's junky and stuff like that, and, has all these problems on it, then they're easy to outrank. But if you're in a competitive sector, you need every little advantage. And this is one of the last ones that I said takes work, but definitely can really affect your ranking. And those ones that are on your friends or networking partners on their websites, those stay forever, or as long as you can. So that's awesome. So one and done.
As long as they're around, for sure. Very
cool.
good.
All right, Jamie, that's all I got for today.
Okay, that sounds great. And I just had another question, but I'll save it for next time.
Thank you.
Very good. Maybe I'll put it in the show notes.
Sure.
So to that, if you have a question about this topic or any other topic, go to our website, magnifymedia.net, click on the podcast button, click, and then in the search bar there, whatever topic you're interested in local SEO or search engine optimization or reviews or anything else, put that in the search bar, and then a list of podcasts that Adam has generously recorded for free, and is sharing his knowledge out there for everyone, every business owner, to take advantage of the internet and build their business, not just, as Adam keeps saying, I don't like to work, so let's make this work smarter, but I definitely prefer that over working harder. So, yeah. And then also make sure to share this podcast out with any business owners along with asking them to put a link on their website, and then you can put a link back to theirs. And then also make sure to give us 5 stars wherever you're listening to this. And we will talk to you next week with another exciting topic, maybe not a 5-parter. We'll move on to other topics and more excitement in the world of local SEO in 10. Thanks, everybody.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California. who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.